Hi, my name is Dr. Nagarjuna. I am child health specialist. Welcome to the channel. This channel mainly aims for parents and other carers who involved in child management and not for the professional members. Today we discuss most important topic, COVID infections in children. The discussion will go through question wise manner. Our children are commonly affected during the second surge. There are many reasons for it. The most common reasons are mutant or virulent virus strain, which is more infectious than the previous strain. We know that children are less susceptible to COVID infection than adults. In fact, studies also shows that children are 50% less susceptible than adults. As the virus is more infectious, so more numbers are infected, so children infections are also increasing. And the second reason is during the first lockdown, children are staying in house due to stringent lockdown rules. As the lockdown rules are relaxed, children are started to coming out of their houses due to various reasons like education. And third most important is inappropriate COVID behavior by the senior members in the family. Recent data released by the ICMR, pediatric population from the ages 1 to 18 years admitted in the hospital during the first wave is 4.5 and during the second wave is 5.8. Although there is some increase but not substantively increase in the number of pediatric population admitting in the hospital. Are symptoms different in second surge? The most common symptoms of COVID infections are fever, cough, nose block, sore throat and myalgia. Even though the symptoms remain same, but during the second surge, the fever is staying longer and it is severe and children are not getting better. That's why parents are approaching the pediatrician. And adolescents, that is age about 12 years, they are presenting with persistent fever for more than 6 to 7 days like adult with COVID infection. Sometimes children also presented with vomiting, diarrhea and fever. Third question, how do children get infection? COVID infection most of the time is airborne. Very small proportion is by fomite, but there is lot of controversy. Children get infected by airborne through adult family members or elder sibling going to school or child itself going to the school. Very small proportion by fomites. Fourth question, if one member in family positive, should we screen all children even if symptomatic? Infectivity is very high in COVID infection. Even one member in the family suffer from COVID infection, the other members in the family also likely having COVID infection. We know that there is no specific treatment for COVID infection and the children are getting better. Whether child need testing? There are two reasons for doing testing. One is, as of now, for a child to admit in a hospital, they need COVID positive report. We know that RT-PCR will take some time, at least 12 to 24 hours. Very small proportion of children developing severe infection requiring hospitalization if they had COVID infection. The second is, if we know that child is really infectious, we can stop the spreading the infection to the other family members, especially grandparents. because children will sit and play with the grandparents. If one member in the family is positive, all the children in the family require COVID testing if they are symptomatic or 5 days contact with the COVID patient. Fifth question. What test to be done for diagnosis? How do we interpret the report of the test? CT value. Diagnostic test modalities remain the same all age group. First, the most important one is RT-PCR. The second is catease based nucleic acid amplification and TrueNAT, which could be done on the respiratory samples taken from the nasopharynx or oropharynx. Rapid antigen test is done in symptomatic children when RT-PCR is not available for various reasons. And rapid antigen test will have less sensitivity than RT-PCR. Even if test is negative, we cannot rule out the COVID infection in children. Scenario: COVID infection suspected, RT-PCR is negative. In a symptomatic children, when test is negative and we are suspicious as family members are COVID positive, treat the child as COVID infection even though the test is negative. There are two reasons why the test is negative. Usually children were tested immediately when adults develop symptoms or they being tested positive. And the second is the way of taking the sampling. Children are difficult to get the inadequate sampling. If there is inadequate sampling, the test will be negative. RT-PCR can detect new mutant virus strain. CT refers to number of cycles required to amplify the viral RNA to a detectable level. Now we go to clinical scenario. CT20 means higher viral load than CT30. Significance: respiratory sampling is not a standard procedure. Someone will take from nasopharynx, someone will take from oropharynx. For one person will have X amount, for other person will be Y amount. So the amount of load cannot be determined. Shows that there is no relation between the CT value, initial time of diagnosis and severity of the disease. No need to worry about the CT value. Consider only the test, whether it is positive or negative. Thank you for watching the video.